Welcome back to the Redstone world, and today we're looking at a staircase with a bunch of redstone around it. And why does it have a bunch of redstone around it? Well, that's because this staircase, if we flick the lever, will turn into a floor, and that's because it's a staircase hidden in the floor. So if we turn it off again, as you can see, it all folds away and turns back into a staircase that we can walk down forever. And then once we're done, we can walk back up, and if we activate this block over here, it all hides away. So how do we build this hidden staircase thing? So in terms of resources, you're going to need 12 sticky pistons, 5 normal pistons, 14 normal pistons, 5 redstone repeaters, 3 redstone torches, a redstone block, 2 observers, and 2 target blocks. Well, we need this 5 block deep by 7 block wide area, and we also need 5 blocks of height. So your floor is at the top of this, and then your stairs are in the middle set of blocks, and they start 1 block forwards from the back. So 1, 2, 3, 4. These blocks will be where our 4 stairs are, and then you need to dig 4 blocks below that in this 5x7 area. So firstly, we're going to put our stairs in place. So we go to the bottom front block and we do 1 block and then a stair on top and destroy that block. Then we copy this again with a block and a stair 1 block higher behind it. We'll destroy the blocks at the top. Do a block, stair, and then our last stair. And this will be the stairs when it's open. Now we're going to do our pistons. So firstly, for the back stair, because this is just in the floor, we just have to swap it for a block. So we'll go 2 blocks down, another block, destroy those, and a sticky piston to pull it down. Then we go 2 blocks on each side of this sticky piston, and then normal pistons aiming into it. And then if we're looking from the front, on the right side we do a block that's going to replace this stair. So next on the right side, we're going to do a row of 3 pistons like this, and then we're also going to do another set of 3 pistons underneath them like that. Then we're also going to do 3 pistons aiming upwards at the bottom, and those also have blocks on top of them because those are what fill in these blocks here. Next on the left side at the front, we're going to do 3 blocks across from this stair, destroy these 2. Then we do a sticky piston aiming at it with a redstone block in front, and that's what will power this piston here. The other 2 pistons that get pushed out here will be powered by target blocks underneath the stairs like this. Now on the left side next to these 2 stairs we do blocks. Then we're going to go 3 blocks across like this, so if you dug this into a hole there'd just be a wall here. And we're just placing a normal piston there, and then another one diagonally above it, like this. So essentially next to these blocks with a gap in between. Like that. And finally we also need a block underneath this piston at the front right. And then we go across to the wall again, and we do a normal piston aiming with a gap. And that's because this redstone gets pushed here, which will push this across, and then this pushes that back. So where we first input our redstone is we're going to go to the left side, and we actually go next to this piston and put a block with redstone on top of it. And I'm just going to use wool for the rest of the redstone, so we then do a block with a repeater on it, going into the target block at the front. Then if we go around to the other side, we're going to do 4 blocks like this, and there's just redstone on all of those, and the reason there's redstone here is to stop this redstone technically aiming at this block, because Minecraft Bedrock, this redstone looks like it's aiming at this target block, but it's also aiming over there. So to stop it powering this piston and pushing up the ceiling, we have to put another redstone to stop it aiming that way. So we're still on the front right side, and we're just going to do 3 blocks like this with a redstone dust, a repeater going into this piston on 3 ticks, and then a repeater aiming the other way on 3 ticks, going into a block above this repeater, and then we just do blocks going across like this with redstone on them, like that. So for our block swapper, by default this piston at the back is going to be powered by a torch, so we go 1 block back underneath, and we put a torch underneath that piston on this block. So at this redstone at the back left, we do an observer aiming backwards into a block. Then we do a block with a repeater on 3 ticks aiming into this block to turn this piston off. And then this redstone will power this piston, which will swap the stair for a block, which will then get pushed back up when the torch is back on. So now we just need to power the other pistons to push all the stairs and blocks back in when we're switching to stairs, because at the moment this side is for putting the blocks in. So we go to our input again, and we go 1 block backwards with redstone. Then we do a sticky piston aiming sideways with an observer, and this is because when we first turn it on, this observer will be here, not powering anything, but then when we turn it off, which means we want the stairs back, This observer will be here and we'll set off our redstone in front of it, so we do a block with a repeater on 3 ticks of delay going into a block with a torch, then a block above that with the torch to the side. That goes into a block and this powers the piston, which swaps the staircase back in because the stair will be there, so that'll swap back in. When this torch underneath the swapper powers off for the second time, then this piston will get activated. Then to power the other pistons, we do a block next to this torch with a redstone, then a block going across with another redstone, and then we do on top of this piston that pushes the observer, we do a repeater aiming into this piston. And that's because if we did a redstone, it would power the input and create an infinite loop, which wouldn't be good. So that is the entire staircase done, and I'll use glass just so we can see everything, but this is where your floor would be, above it. And to input, we just go to this redstone next to the observer piston, and we just run any redstone to that. So we'll just run redstone up to a lever, and obviously you'd hide yours way more than this, but we're just showing it working. And we put a lever down and pull it, and we get blocks, and then when we turn it off, it swaps back to stairs. So if you want to hide away everything, we'll just place blocks above this redstone, like this, and there you go. It's now a clean, apart from these pistons of the redstone block, staircase that turns into blocks so no one knows that anything is there. So if your floor was properly filled in, it'll just be like this, completely stealth. Okay, hope you enjoyed this quick tutorial of a hidden staircase. I think it's pretty good design because it's like pretty tiny and it only uses 12 sticky pistons, so you only need to get 12 slime balls. So that means it's pretty light considering all the stuff it does. And if you want to see this and my other redstone builds, just check out the playlist, or you can check out the world download that has these builds and the structure blocks for Bedrock and Java in the description. Or the comments, depends on which one I remember to put it in. Anyway, I've been Idun, and I'll catch you in the next one.